turn these 1 by 6 by 6 foot boards into a 4-foot board to make sort of a platform for the top of the sawhorses using my portable workbench. I want to keep this. We have some bad spots here, so we're going to use this and use this cut down here so we can use this end for some actual use. Speed square, really just for the right angle. You're making the cut right here. Doing the same thing on the Works Pegasus. There you go. All right. All right, so I get the boards into position, and that makes a nice little platform, a little place to put your stuff. Now you might think to yourself, gosh, all he did was just saw those pieces of wood and put them on the sawhorse. And you would be correct. But originally when I started the project, I had bought this piece of wood, and I was going to split it in half, cut it in half, and use it to make braces underneath the two ends. And that gave it a little more support. But to do that would have caused me to have to put holes in these boards or to glue them, both of which I didn't want to do because I want to be able to use the boards for an actual project. And these pieces, the pieces that I cut off, are for another puzzle box. I have an idea for a puzzle box, and I'm going to try, and this thing too. This piece, which was already here, plus these two are going to be a puzzle box. Hopefully. We'll see. There's also fancy ways that you can cut the boards to fit inside these little grooves in the sawhorses. A lot of people do that. And so that allows you to put the surface in any of these sawhorses, make it easier. I had also considered doing sort of like making this piece vertical. And I could have used some L brackets for that. But again, I didn't want to put holes in the wood because I might use it for a project. And another option, of course, with cutting this in half and using this as a brace, if you have a lot of extra clamps sitting around, you could always clamp on one side and the other. That would give you, maybe with this underneath, you could clamp that on. That's another option. I don't have a lot of clamps that I want to occupy with this sort of thing, so that's not really a possibility for me, but it might be for you. Considering how you might want to use this, there's some other options that you might want to think about. Using these slots in the front, maybe you want to put a board down. Now this won't just stay like this, it'll want to come forward. But you could always screw through this into this board to make a more durable front. Some other options are, if you had used this, cut it off, put the holes in, you could use a lag bolt and a nut sort of arrangement, or a threaded insert, something like that. Something that, with a threaded insert, you could drill a hole, put your insert in, and then assemble it, and then take it apart when you need to. A lot of people do that with their workbenches. Their workbenches are held together with the threaded inserts, and then they can take it apart easily. So that's another option. Of course, there are a lot of uses that you can do with this configuration. If you want to use it as a work surface, you would really want to anchor it down a little bit, or at least make this one complete piece glued or bolted together, because otherwise it may want to move around. Although it is pretty stable right now. And it is, you know, this is not bolted down, this is not bolted, and these are not, but there's going to be a lot of limitations. So keep that in mind. But there are just a whole range of things that you could do with cut-up boards on your sawhorses to make either a work surface, an additional flat surface, whatever you want to do. Let your imagination go. So that's just one of the projects going on right now in the workshop.